To succeed in the modern business era, innovation is mandatory. A company that rests on its laurels and doesn't push boundaries with new and better products, services, or insights is a company that won't survive to the end of the decade. For service industries in particular, finding those avenues for growth and development often takes the form of novel marketing strategies and strategic outreach as often as it looks like changes to their actual service. As such, creative sales and marketing are crucial for modern-day success. Karl Overington has been helping service-based businesses grow for over 20 years. The seasoned sales and marketing leader helps companies grow with integrity, expand with strategic outreach opens, and find success with results-focused execution. Over his career, Overington has led high-performing teams, scaled regional service operations, and closed complex deals with a consistent emphasis on transparency and trust, which has earned him a reputation as someone who delivers results on time, with care, and without shortcuts, every time. As a marketing professional and brand builder, innovative thinking and creativity are the beating heart of Karl Overington's day-to-day operations. Digital platforms and content are the prime drivers of engagement and outreach, but every company and their competitors have recognized that by now. Fostering the creativity needed to stand out, while staying grounded enough to execute on good ideas, is a dance that Overington has had many years to perfect. Creativity helps me find the balance between speed and standards, says Overington. Move too slow and you lose momentum, move too fast and you risk sloppy execution. I use creative thinking to test new tech, AI systems, and workflow ideas in small pilots before scaling. It lets me take smart, measured risks without compromising the core. As important as creativity is in the workplace, creativity without focus is impossible to implement, and is thus useless to any serious company. Finding a way to foster creativity and innovation, while keeping grounded in the core fundamentals of good marketing and outreach, is the secret to success. In his years of experience, Karl Overington has found that the best way to do so is to establish a set of non-negotiable standards, and then encourage creativity within those structures. I give my teams freedom within structure, explains Overington. Across my sales offices, call centers, and business ventures in debt collections and insurance, fundamentals like trust, consistency, and accountability are non-negotiable. Inside those guardrails, I encourage creative sales angles, sharper marketing tactics, and smarter systems. That's how we keep innovating without losing the foundation that builds long-term relationships. Finding the space to test new ideas without losing sight of the goal and remaining accountable is a difficult, but valuable part of this process. It's one thing to have a creative idea, it's another entirety to test it to the point where its value is known. Overington leverages pilot projects to this end, and establishes procedures to test new ideas, track its development, measure its results, and review it in its entirety. Only after an idea is tested through a pilot program, and its outcomes confirmed, is it implemented and scaled. If it works, we scale it. If it doesn't, we learn from it and adjust, Overington says. That approach keeps innovation alive while keeping performance tight. I put 80% of resources into proven systems that keep the business strong and 20% into bold experiments, new tech, automation, or marketing strategies. That way, even if something fails, the foundation stays solid. Given these processes for fostering effective creativity, it's possible to leverage out-of-the-box thinking to overcome significant challenges that other organizations might struggle with. Karl Overington experienced this firsthand while scaling one of his operations, where rapid growth was paired with ballooning overhead. Where other companies might have hired extensively to flesh out their staff, he instead built partnerships and used creative financial strategies to create capital and boost reach. In another example, the company's follow-up process was breaking down. Instead of trying to patch up a failing system, Overington rebuilt it from the ground up to make sure no leads ever slipped through the cracks again. In service-based industries, delays and setbacks can happen, he says. Instead of apologizing and sounding weak, I turned transparency into part of the experience, real updates, behind-the-scenes communication, and proactive client touchpoints. Suddenly, what used to frustrate clients actually built more trust and loyalty. No matter how well designed the structures and processes for creative problem-solving might be, it's all worthless if there are no creative ideas to be had. Creative thinking requires both inspiration and the necessary space to let ideas grow and ferment, and those things can be both found in regular practices and systems internally, and experiences externally. Overington has a strong appreciation for both, and takes what inspires him outside of the office and uses it to build systems inside the workplace. Weekly idea dumps and project postmortems help him and his team get a wide array of ideas on the table, tested, and learned from, while reverse mentoring lets his team share their thoughts on the company's leadership and direction, keeping everyone sharp, engaged, and accountable. Overington's external inspirations and influences are wide and varied. He says, supercar culture, luxury branding, hospitality, and even psychology all influence how I lead. I take lessons from the way elite brands create loyalty and bring that mindset into sales and operations. If you only study your own lane, you stop moving forward. Karl Overington is currently pushing these creative processes toward a number of new innovative projects and experiments, with hopes that new trends and technologies will open the door to new opportunities. He's working on a way to leverage AI technology to pre-qualify and score leads in real time, building a client-first onboarding process for his collections business, and refining sales training systems to make new reps perform like veterans in a fraction of the time. Whether these projects will be deemed successful is dependent on their revenue impact, their effect on team growth, and whether they deepen long-term relationships and client trust. If all three move in the right direction, that's a win, he says. The process can be messy, but progress should always be measurable.